Hello, thank you for joining me for lesson 55 of today's Sefer HaMitzvos study. And our study today is going to continue through the section of on HaMetz. And by the way, I want to mention that Beth Immanuel just put up a fantastic video on our YouTube channel regarding the mikveh that is in process of being funded and designed and everything. This is a video that's been a long time coming, and so that is up, and hopefully we receive a good response from that. All right, so lesson 55 is going to cover three mitzvahs. We've got two negatives and one positive. So the first mitzvah is negative mitzvah number 200, which is that we're not allowed to have hametz be seen. This comes from Exodus 13, verse 7, which says, "And there shall be no leavened bread seen in your possession, neither shall leaven be seen within all of your property." So no leavened foods may be seen in our possession for the duration of Passover. So this plus the next mitzvah leaves open the you've probably heard and seen how people sell certain chametzik items during Pesach, or right before Pesach, and generally we don't like things that are for sure chametz. We don't generally sell that. We get rid of all that chametz, but some other items that are not um, Pesachtic, not kosher for Passover. We put those away, and we don't open that up. We don't look at them, and we go through a legal process of selling the those items that are not kosher for Passover. And there's some rules, definitely rules regarding that, and it's not something that we just do on our own. It's highly encouraged to go through a rabbi regarding that, who's familiar with the process, because it's very important that we're not owning chametz during Pesach, and we're not allowing chametz to be seen. So the next mitzvah that I just mentioned was negative mitzvah number 201, which says that we're not allowed to own chametz. So 7 days there shall be no leaven found in your houses. That's Exodus 12:19. So no chametz, leavened foods, may be in our possession uh, on Pesach, the whole week, even if it's not visible, even if it belongs to another Jewish person. So it could, Joe Schmo that lives down the street who has some chametz that he keeps at my house. Nope, can't do that. A Jewish person's chametz cannot be in my home during that week. But so it's not these two mitzvahs are very specific, saying that the mitzvah that the chametz cannot be uh, out in the house, and also that we're not allowed to own chametz. So if those items that are not kosher for Passover, again, not things like a big loaf of bread or something like that, that we would have already gotten rid of. But these things that are not kosher for Passover, we put them away. They're sealed away, and they are sold. and it's a real contract. If somebody comes knocking on your door, you're obligated to say, here's all of your products that you're welcome to take whatever you'd like. And if they want to take it and not give it back, that's up to them. And the process of having those items bought back happens after the week of Passover. So those are the two negative commandments that we're going to cover today, and finally a positive commandment, 158, which says, "In the evening of the 15th of Nisan, you shall eat unleavened bread." So you shall eat matzah. So we're commanded to eat matzah at the evening of the 15th of Nisan, which is the first night of Pesach. We're having our Passover meal, and we say the blessings regarding that you've commanded us to eat matzah, and that night, that first night, is the one time that we're actually obligated to eat matzah, because there's another passive statement made that says, "For 7 days matzah shall be eaten." So if you're going to, this is understood that if you're going to be eating bread, that it must be matzah for the week. And typically we eat the matzah all week long, but the first night has a command that you must eat matzah, and you have to eat real matzah, that's just flour and water that has been mixed and baked, and the actual baking and everything had to be done within a certain time frame, so that the dough did not become leavened. And there's lots of rules behind that. It's actually not quite as not as exactly as you think it might be, but so that needs to be cooked, baked, and then that's what we eat. Typically, not something that most people do in their own ovens, because it really requires a specialized system and all that. Otherwise, you'll end up very easily ending up with chametz. So the reason why I bring this up is there are other things that we have, like matzah that's made with with a fruit juice, or like egg matzah, and those are actually there's more going on with that, and so not that's not something that in my household, that we don't have egg matzah during Pesach, though we could have it the day before. And there's reasons for that, because that can actually still have the possibility of becoming chametz, even though it's just it's already in a cracker form. So and then there are other things like gluten-free matzahs and things like that. And so you have to make sure that matzah is going to be kosher to fulfill the mitzvah of matzah. And anyway, so that's the positive mitzvah of eating matzah. And yeah, well, we just did that pretty recently, so you've probably been very familiar with the mitzvahs of chametz and matzah. Thank you for joining me today. Check out that mikvah video if you haven't already seen it. And with God's help, we'll be back tomorrow with some more mitzvahs. Have a great day in every way.